Excuse me, I had no idea there was anyone else here. Hello? I had no idea there was anyone else here. I am sorry if I disturbed you.
You didn't.
Well, I guess not.
You have now.
Oh,
Don't mind me, my man. How do you like the place? I invariably go for a walk in and around the gardens at this hour of the day. Good for the soul, you know.
It is indeed a fine house. For years I have thought about this house. And thought about who was born here. A fine house with fine gardens.
Indeed.
Balfour. I can almost feel his presence. Balfour?
Indeed I am, dear boy. Indeed I am. And judging by the temperature reading on this thermometer, I should really be in my grave.
You were always like this. You first sat in the House of Commons like some bored semi-invalid stuck in a thermometer. Isn't that right?
Indeed it is. You have done your homework on me, haven't you? And I was bored in those days, but I always loved it here, especially when I came home for summer.
From Eton.
From Eton.
Well, I am interested to meet you, sir.
Well, there's been a great deal of interest in me of late. I find it so incredibly tedious, really. All this digging up the past, especially when change is constant anyway. Everything automatically moves on regardless, you know.
But it is precisely decisions. Oh, or in your particular case, declarations that set certain changes in motion. Unwanted changes too.
I detect where you're going. But my declaration on the 2nd of November 1917 was simply a declaration of sympathy. In itself, the declaration had no power or legislative authority.
You play with words, Lord Balfour. It did state that His Majesty's government would, let me recall the exact words, use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievements of this object.
There was much discussion about the matter. Much of it. Ridiculously heated too.
It was, and still is an extremely heated matter. It involved the theft and colonization of a country by people from a religious persuasion who called themselves a nation. And what your declaration did was to set in motion a crime whose consequences are played out every day in this world.
Now, steady the bus, my boy. This is rather emotive language. I'm not sure that I approve. The Zionists put up an extremely good case, you know.
I'm certain they did. I understand their case only too well. It came from being persecuted by you, Europeans. It was all your pogroms, your inquisitions, your injustices against the Jews that made them consider this whole project. And when your European Holocaust came along, it was easy for United Nations to agree to the setting up of a Jewish state in Palestine. After all, they had the highly significant Balfour Declaration to refer to.
Oh dear. I do feel a bit under the weather today. Sometimes I think it's the cooler air up here doesn't quite agree with me.
You must hear me out!